All right, and we're back. Time for sales pitch training. I'm
Yes.
ready.
All right. So today's sales pitch is it's a simple one, but the one that gets overlooked really often. And there's a lot to say about getting yeses prior to you going into like a presentation or whatever it is that you're going to end up doing. And so the way that you facilitate the yeses that you're bringing to the table is really important in the way that you talk to the consumer and talk to the clients or anybody it is that you're having a conversation with. That yes is potentially opening up the door, right, subconsciously for an opportunity for you. So one of the areas that I love to leverage yes is prior to presenting a loan to a client. I love getting the yeses prior to presenting. One, it's a confidence booster for me. Hearing a yes on the phone, or if you're on Zoom and you do presentations via Zoom, the head nod is always a giveaway, right? Like if they're head nodding, okay, yep, then that I know I'm in a good path there. So that's what I look for is either the head nod or a verbal yes if I'm on the phone with the consumer. And you do this before you present any single option to a client. So as opposed to you hanging up the phone, or if you do it on, I don't care. But usually it's, hey, Tommy, I'm calling you back. It's Jonathan again. I have your options here for you. I just want to run through them real quick, okay? So grab pen and paper and we just walk through it. That's it. You're going into the meat and the potatoes. I'm building it up. I want to make sure we're on the same page. It also allows you to address anything that maybe you're not on the same page for, because sometimes they'll hit you with a no and you're just like, oh, well, I didn't do a good job understanding. So I'll give you an example of how that works. So I would do something like this. Call Tommy. Tommy, thank you so much. If you can please grab a pen and paper, I've put together a couple of options for you that I think you're going to love. First and foremost, though, I want to make sure that we recap a few things and ensure that you and I are on the same page.
Sure.
Now, for you with this home, the most important thing to you was increasing the size because your family is growing for you and your wife. Is that correct?
Yes.
One. All right. Now, with this specific loan, one of the big factors for you is the fact that we want to take advantage of a buy down so we can get at least a 1% lower interest rate, making that payment more manageable for you and your family while we wait on that raise that you're getting coming in September. Is that correct?
Yeah, but 1% doesn't seem like that much.
Now you see that opens, you see what it's doing, but what did I get? I got a
yes.
I got a yes as part of that. But now it's opening the door to this. So I love that you did that. Oh, you know what, Tommy? Maybe I obviously did not do a good enough job understanding your goals and what you were trying to accomplish. So let's just go back to that for a second, just to be on the same page here. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Right now I'm going back, I'm readdressing, and then I'm going back into my yes. So I'll readdress the 1%, I'll readdress whatever it is, and then I'll move back. Okay, so just to get back on the same page, we agree that we're on the same page. Obviously, bigger house for you and the growing family, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, yes. Perfect. Obviously, making sure that the rate's 1% lower for the first year, helping you from the budget side of things. And I addressed that
because the family's growing, and
because the family's growing, we know
it's going to be tight.
Corner. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Number 3. And now just to be on the same, I know this sounds silly, Tommy, but we're not going to be surprising your wife. She's on the same page as you when it comes to increasing the size and getting a home. Is that correct?
Yes, we are on the same page.
And now what that does is that isolates the spouse objection as well prior to presenting. So if Tommy said, well, actually, I have to, you know what? I got to run it by her. Oh, Tommy, no problem at all. Can you get on the phone? No, she's not here just yet. Oh, when's she at home? And this is a personal preference. I pivot into moving the meeting. If both people are required for a decision and they haven't talked to one another, they're on the same page, that is a very,
you can't get the complete yes.
Doesn't make sense. Like I doesn't make sense to me in my head personally. Like you already know what's happening. I'm not saying I don't do it. I have done it, but it's just very rare that I do, especially if I know that they still need to go figure it out. So I've already gotten 3 yeses that are yeses just from our conversation, right? So I'm just taking what you told me on the first call and I'm getting yeses on the second call. And look how easy it is, right? Like I'm just giving you, it's just layups. It's all true. It's all stuff the consumer already told you. They already told you they wanted all this. I'm simply reiterating the message. I'm getting yeses. I shoot between 3 to 5 yeses every time. That's just a personal preference. So I got 3. All right. So Tommy, now that I understand all that, I got all 3 of those out of the way. I want you to write down your options for this loan. I'm going to give you 2 options. Okay, the first one's with a slightly lower interest rate because I know that's something you had mentioned to me. The second one is going to be my professional opinion, but at the end of the day, I want you to pick the one that you believe is best for you and your family. I'm just going to give you the pros and cons of both. Is that fair?
Fair? Yeah, absolutely.
Tommy, look how smooth that is, man. Like it is so smooth, and you're just rolling right into a conversation, and it's not awkward. I
Yeah,
listen to
'cause-
phone calls every day, team. Every day, more than you could possibly imagine. That's been my job for 12 years, is literally listening to calls. You feel the difference when someone presents. Oh, hey, it's John. Hey, Tommy. Yeah, I just want to walk you through it. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like we do a 6.5, and then the client's like, whoa, rate's too high. Whoa, y'all, listen, it's a performance. You're putting on a show. Act like it. Control the call. It's your show. You're the director and the star. How crazy is that? You're the director and the star. So go be a star, direct, navigate, move people in the way that you need them to, and build the anticipation to sell. So the yes for me is a big deal. Shoot for 3 to 5, and you just pull them from your first call. Pay attention to it. Be dialed into it, understand it, and make sure you're reiterating the message properly. Don't just make stuff up because you didn't take good enough notes on the first call. Take notes, ask questions, open up the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I do remember that was one thing that stood out to me, was just them remembering the little things that are not little to me, the buyer.
Mm-hmm. And it is, and like, even for you, right? You talked to me about your background, and you did front end development, you did UI UX, you did auto parts, right? Like all of that stuff is super important, and part of the presentation is something I could literally ask about. It's like, hey, Tommy, I know with the new job that you have, we got you on the right path. From you jumping between UI, UX, and auto parts, and insane your background when it comes to work, and just how much knowledge you have in so many different fields. But I'm sure it feels good to know that you're getting a raise and you're putting your family in a better spot with this big house. Does that sound right?
Oh, it feels great. I'm looking forward to it.
Look, you see that? You see how good that feels? I'm making you feel good because you should feel good about that.
Reminding them of the win that they have.
Yes, man. Guys, perspective is a real thing. John, it's sale. What are you talking about? I'm reminding you of what you told me because I knew it caused emotion for you.
It'll make me smile. It'll change my mood.
And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's the yes, the power of yes before you present. You can do it every time. I do it every single time like clockwork. I don't skip a beat. And then you go right into your presentation, but you have the confidence of having 3 to 5 yeses before you present. And more importantly, you can isolate any objections that you want. If you didn't do it on the first call, you now have the chance to do it right before you present the loan. Get the yes as often as you can before you present.
Cool. Well, I learned a lot. I don't know. It's one of those things where you can control, when you're in control of the discussion, if you see it going negative, you can bring up those things to just keep the prospective buyer positive, in a positive mood, right? Like,
Well,
that's
it
the goal.
is, right? Like it's a big investment, but if you vetted the client out properly and they qualify and they have it all looks good and everything lines up, right? As you know, like this, you're helping them. So that's where I am with it.
Absolutely. Well, another great sales pitch training. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with Story Time with John.
If you're an independent mortgage broker, real estate pro, or home ownership advocate looking to connect with like-minded professionals, AIME is here to give back. If you're an independent mortgage broker, real estate pro, or home ownership advocate looking to connect with like-minded professionals, we have the perfect event for you. AIME is proud to bring you Unify, completely covered by AIME directly. Unify is AIME's local networking and education series designed to help you and your community build more referral relationships to grow your business together. Each event offers exclusive content focused on a topic shaping the mortgage industry with brief but powerful presentations from experts who have been in your shoes. Expect high-energy networking, with real connections happening with real conversations. Plus, we're raffling off some pretty unique prizes at each and every event. Join the AIME's wholesale mortgage community, real estate professionals, and yes, even retail mortgage professionals. We want you there as well, because we know that we can make a difference in our local communities by connecting and having conversations together. This isn't just another event. This is where community meets opportunity. Whether you're looking for business strategies or the right people to help you level up, Unify delivers. Register today and join us for free in Dallas, Texas on March 25th and Phoenix, Arizona on March 27th, with many more locations to come. Just go to unify.aimgroup.com to get started. Now hurry up, spots are limited. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger.